Obviously, it's been a tough week for your team. How did this afternoon's game kind of meet up with your expectations?
Well, anytime you know you're playing the best team in the conference, it's going to be a challenging day. And I thought our guys competed. I mean, certainly, there's a reason why they came to the game 9-0. There's no doubt that they a very quick transition team. They play fast. They're on the puck. I mean, they're good. There's no doubt, in my opinion, that they're the best team we've played this year, and they're now 10-0 for a reason. But from our perspective, I thought we competed from start to finish. There was no quit at 3-0, and we were able to make it a game there with the goalie out. So we'll just go back to the drawing board and continue to work with the group that we have. And we've got Utica at least 5 more times, I think, on the schedule, and hopefully by the time we play them again, we'll have a little bit more of our normal lineup.
Given the way that the roster looks right now and all the in and out, is it kind of nice to have a week ahead before the next game?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing for us to only have one game this week coming up, and we'll get Colby Williams back, so he'll be available. He's only our only injured guy that came back, but and then we'll just have to see what develops, in Ottawa in terms of guys starting to come off of COVID. It's getting to that point where some guys are getting close to that 10-day mark, and so we'll see where that takes us. But to your point, day off tomorrow, 4 days to work on some skills and some more systematic play with the group that we have, because ultimately what we have here in terms of the call-ups recently and the acquisition of Wilkie will be the team that we ultimately go into Saturday with, minus obviously Colby Williams.
How would you assess the PTO defenseman, Cole Fraser, Stephen Aller through the weekend?
Well, I thought Fraser certainly brought an identity of what his strengths are. He was very physical. It was his first American League game, so it's not fair to probably completely critique his game, but you certainly want guys to come in and play to their strengths. So you certainly know that blocking shots, being physical is certainly a part of his demeanor, and that's what he brought to the table. I was impressed with the other two kids. I thought they both played very well. We had them on the ice with the goalie out last night, and I thought both guys can certainly be serviceable guys at this level, and they're going to get a chance, ultimately all 3 guys this week, to stick around, because with Colby coming back, we're still only at 8 defensemen, and with what's going on in Ottawa, we certainly don't want to go below that 8 healthy. So for 2 games, I thought they made a good presence to us, and I think it also helps that both kids played for David Bell, when they were in Ontario, and so there's familiarity there with the D coach, and I think both guys can only get better from here, based on no practice time with us and just coming in for the morning skate on Saturday morning.
Zach Leslie's been a mainstay for you. You're under contract today. Can you just kind of talk about what he's meant to you?
Well, Les is one of the better leaders I've been around in my time in the American League, and very positive, and obviously he's run many good power plays at the AHL level. So when you lose guys on a consistent basis, you need some staples there within the leadership group, and Leslie's been that. And obviously with the COVID situation in Ottawa and Branson's injury, which looks like it's going to be long term, and we also have Asper out. It's an opportunity for Les as a left shot D to potentially have a call up in the near future or down the line, and I think it just gives Ottawa another left shot defenseman that they potentially may need here as the season progresses.
Randall Lacey certainly kept you guys in it for the first 40 minutes anyway, to keep the game at 2-0, especially that big save at the end of the second.
Yeah, and I made that point to the team. Certainly felt that that save at the end of the second, I thought we kind of gave up playing there with 8 seconds left, and that gave us a chance to ultimately maybe potentially have a chance to come back. So Mando certainly has had a good season so far. The one thing I did talk to him about earlier in the game was to slow the game down a little bit, because they were coming at a pretty fast pace. I felt in the first 10-12 minutes of that game they were the faster team. You could just feel it on the bench that this was ultimately the fastest team we had played yet this year. So there was a couple opportunities, certainly prior to the first goal where he had a chance to freeze the puck on a couple of occasions, and he didn't. And consequently, they were able to sustain some of those EP and ultimately scored a goal. So those are just young moments, even for a goaltender, that he needs to recognize that on a certain times it's better to freeze the puck and ultimately just reset with a face-off and take our chances on a face-off win. But other than those couple of instances, and one that obviously cost us the goal, I thought he was very good.